All right, we're trying something here. All right, who is excited? I have been studying Maschine and Complete Control, the software and the hardware, and I got some cool stuff. I'm going to show you what's happening. I think I've got the protocols. This is how to use Maschine as a plugin, not standalone, in like a Pro Tools session. The standalone thing I think is better if you're like a beat maker, you know, and you're just doing hip hop beats or making, I don't know, like we're making songs here. We need to work within the framework. So I'm figuring things out. I've been watching endless tutorials on Groove 3. So here it is. So Maschine is on. There's nothing going on. If I hit play, you're going to get a click track. Yeah, it's like I got a click track going on here. That's okay. Wow, not sure what that is. All right. So what we're going to do, and so we're here. We've got this. We're going to try going to like these are like pre-made little songs. So we're just going to use that. We're going to load this in. This is in the Astral Flutter pack with Maschine, and this is called Contagious Addiction, and we're going to load it, and you see it's here, and it's here, and now if I hit play, it should all play, and there it is. Right, so we have click going through. I don't know how to get rid of that. I actually do know. Give me one. It doesn't matter really. I know how to do this. Probably in preferences. Let's not worry about it because it doesn't matter. You'll see. All right, so here we go. Now let's say I want to. We'll start by getting rid of all the instrument-y stuff, and just here is just the drums. Get it. And now I'm running off Pro Tools, right? So this is now in time. So there were a few things I wanted to figure out. One was, how do you change samples? So if I go to samples and I go to, so you can see I already practiced this, kick need. If I go, let's just say to my samples, I'll go files. I'll go to Lugo current samples, not that one, Lugo kicks, and we'll go with that one's really different sounding. All you do is just drag it in. And there it is, and now you listen, and you've got it. I'll drop this here. There it is, you can hear it. So now if I was to come here and I was to go into kick need, I could then find the kick that it was and pull it back in there, and now we are. So that was huge, right? Now there's two things I wanted to be able to do with this. One was I wanted to be able to export the MIDI, just the MIDI, and then I wanted to also be able to export the audio. So this is the deal. So now, let me look at my little thing here. I got my little sheets. Exporting, we'll start with MIDI. Exporting separate MIDI, right click on group, export MIDI, no sound. So now if I come here and I just come to the group, this is our drums, and I go export MIDI, and then MIDI, and I just have a folder set up for export. We'll just call it Untitled MIDI, and I go, I think that's it. And now in Pro Tools, if I was to come here and go import MIDI and go to MIDI export and then just click on that, And I'm bringing in new tracks. Yeah, bringing in as instrument tracks just from the start. And there's all the MIDI. Now, this is not all lined up because these are just little fragments, but that's how I can get the MIDI out. There's no sound. It's just the MIDI. So then I could take the MIDI from there and manipulate it and put, you know, let's say I went here. I don't know what anything is, but let's just look at this. 1 second. We'll just go like this. And we'll just put a piano on it just so you can hear that keyscapes. And put a little piano on there. And now let's load it in. And it's loading in. These are big packets. These are big profile. There you go. And now you should hear some stuff. So that's how you can then export the MIDI, and you can manipulate it in any way you want. You could use the kick to put through, you know, another sampler or through battery or whatever. You could do anything you want. So that was my first order of business, was to figure out how to do that, which I did. But now is the big one. How do I get out these audios? And I'm just going to bring out all these drums. And the way I do it is I go to the arrow and file and export audio. I don't know if I'm supposed to highlight everything first. I don't know if it matters, but there it is. Let's try that. Let me see what I wrote here. Export separate audio, file, export, range, all, source, sound, select. Okay, because that's coming up now. So now I come here, I go file, export audio, I go range, all, source, sound. I'm not doing it as a group because if they're all grouped together, then you would end up with a 2-track. And then I'm not going to bring in the ARPs and the pads and the Vox. And then all I want to do is change the folder. So now I come to the folder here and I go, because it defaults to an export in Maschine. So now I want to do audio export. I set up a little folder on the desktop. And that's it. So, and then it's going to be called whatever this Contagious Addiction. All I'm bringing in is the drums. I'm bringing them all, the whole range, meaning top to bottom. I'm bringing in just the sounds. I'm not normalizing it. And that's it. I'm bringing it in at 44.1. I guess, is that what I'm at? Yeah. So if you were at a higher sample rate, you could keep it, there you go. And now it's going to the desktop. I'm going to export. This is huge. This is huge. Import audio. There it is. So under audio import, here's Contagious Addiction. Click it all, copy, and open. Weird. Before I had to do it twice. I don't know why that is. It seems like it's... There it is. I don't know why. That's weird. Okay. I'll open this as separate tracks. Boom. And everybody said boom. So now the Maschine track is dead. And now I've got my click. And there's all my audio. That little cowbell, get it. It's like parents don't understand. It's like get it. It's like a gallow. Counterbalance this. Oh, let's go left to right. All right, so that's how you do it. Right, doesn't seem like much. That took a little bit of, I basically watched an entire tutorial. Really boring one though. So it was a rough one here. So now it should be back on through the Maschine. Yeah. Everything's muted, so I can bring it all back in. I like that. Anyway, shout out to my buddy Samuel Knack. He hooked the brother up. He shot a whole bunch of really cool videos of showing me how to do this and how to get this started, because this is how I'm going to have to work with it. And I mean, in a sense, I could really do that with just the keyboard, but there are some things about this. There's a lot of things about the Maschine that I do like. I like a certain thing. I'm going to have some fun with it. We're expanding. I'm signed on to do another pop record, possibly a full record. So I've got, this is it. So we're stepping it way up. Anyway, that's really exciting. That's Maschine Mark III, and this is the Complete Control Mark II. These are brand new, hooked up from my buddy GC. Took good care of me. And I'm getting good with contact. I mean, with Complete Control, being able to use the keyboard. I never would like the keyboard. Like I don't know, I just was not that kind of, I was always like, but it's cool, we're all expanding. And I'll show you what I had to do on the keyboard. Is it still recording? It is. Please don't stop. So I had to put the tape on, because the keyboard's black on black. I can't see the encoders. See, I'm starting to learn the terminology. I can't see that. Just without that tape, I'm always like, now I got it. Put a little line in the middle to split it. But I've been through all the courses on Groove 3 with the Complete Control and the Complete Control plugin. And now I went through the plugin for the Maschine, and then I started on the videos on the Maschine itself, and I just gave up. It was I couldn't take it anymore. So that's what I just did. I went through this because these were the main things I wanted to know how to do. So now I know this is going to work, and it's going to work with the way I like to work, which is more linear. I don't think of music so much like the way it's designed with Maschine. I think that's more for people that are into beat making, or people that are grew up on Ableton, or they're just used to this. I'm not. I'm used to thinking more in terms of the song as length, dropping markers, verse, chorus. So, and I've been I've been studying a lot from the Austin Hall videos, the Make Pop Music, and he works linearly. He's in Cubase and uses some of this type of stuff, but he works kind of more like a rock guy, or more like a more linear. And I think Sam does too. So it's just how I want to work. I also here, I got all my pedals onto a board that I had, and all the power's in there. It's less stuff. So now it's slipped out of the way. So when this isn't here, this is my little stand for the camera. Now it's like while I'm working, I literally just come right up completely unobstructed, and I am on Maschine. Everything's out of the way. Everything pulls out. And that's it. And I've been watching videos on all this stuff and beat making, and yeah, so this is it. It's all coming together, man. It's so exciting. Like and subscribe.